Welcome to today's Daily Dose. I'm Eric Watson, entrepreneur and business leader. I focus on the areas of wealth, wellness, and winning. And if my daily dose can touch but one, my job is done. Hey, welcome to today's Daily Dose. I'm Eric Watson, and I'm here to provide you a daily dose of inspiration and motivation to help get you through the day. All right, now I'll say as I say each and every day, I am yet again blessed to be blessed on today, the greatest day of my life. And some of you may ask, why is today of all days the greatest day of your life, Eric? Today is the greatest day of my life yet again because it is the most recent occurrence whereby I've been allowed to get up out of bed, take yet another breath, but more importantly, share with each and every one of you. And I truly feel that my ability to share is a blessing. I do not take it for granted. And I hope and pray each and every day that I can touch somebody out there with what is said. So with that, let's go ahead and get into today's Daily Dose quote. And today's quote is by a gentleman named C.S. Lewis. Okay. And for those who don't know, Clive Staples Lewis was a British writer and lay theologian. Okay. He held academic positions in English literature at both Oxford University and at Cambridge University. Okay. And what C.S. Lewis said was, hardships often prepare ordinary people for an extraordinary destiny. Again, hardships often prepare ordinary people for an extraordinary destiny. All right. And with that, I'd like to say or ask the question, have you been through hardships? Have you been in a situation where, it was hard times and you said, why am I going through this? Why is this happening to me? Right? Have you been through hardships, hard times? And honestly, I think we have all been there at some time or another. At some point or another, I think we've all been through those hard times and those hardships, right? It's a part of life, all right? It's something that we all go through. It happens because nobody promised us a rose garden. Nobody promised us a stress-free life, right? So we're going to have those times that are hard, those difficult times that we go through. We're going to have those times, right? So what we can always do and what we should always do is turn those negative situations into positives. All right. And I know it may seem so difficult when we're going through it. It may seem like, wow, I can't turn this thing into a positive. It's rough right now. It's rough out here, right? And it seems real easy when said, right? But when you're going through it, it may seem like a difficult situation. But we need to turn those negative situations into positives. And what we have to do is learn from those hard times. When you're going through it, again, you may not be thinking about, okay, how can I learn from this? But you have to put your thinking cap on when times are rough and understand that you have to learn from whatever situation, whatever hardship, whatever hard time you're going through. You have to learn from it. All right. And what we can learn is what to do if we are ever encountered with a similar situation in future. All right. Learn how to avoid some of those hardships in future. And when you learn those things, it prepares you for an extraordinary life. Hardships prepare people. All right. And I get it. Like I said, in some situations, you can't avoid the hardships. Some things are just caused by external activities or external things that go on in your life, and you just can't prevent those. Sometimes it's just you can't prevent it due to those external forces. However, you can learn how to manage the situation better while you're going through it. You can learn how to better navigate that situation while going through it if you understand and you learn from what has happened in the past. Okay, so those hardships are tests that we're going through. Okay, they're preparations. All right, so in school, kids have preparatory tests for the final exam at the end of the year, right? These are preparatory tests that we have that we're going through to prepare us for that extraordinary life. And again, you may not be able to avoid in future those situations, but you know how to address them when you encounter them again, because hardships prepare people. Now, I remember when I was on active duty in the Marine Corps, my wife was in real estate and we were doing pretty well financially, and we were able to accumulate multiple rental properties in California, in DC, in Florida. And we were doing well. And this is prior to 2007. Okay. We were a bit over leveraged, but I mean, we had a plan because housing prices were going up so fast. We couldn't lose, right? Wrong. Wrong. The economic downturn in 2008 relieved us of all the equity that we had in all of our properties. We had to short sell everything. And it basically left us broke with bad credit, right? But we were able to survive on my Marine Corps salary. So that was a hard time. That was a hardship for us. Financial hardship, put stresses on life in general. And when you have those financial hardships, it stresses you all around. Okay. That stressed us. But what we did is we learned from those situations. We learned, it taught us the do's and don'ts of property acquisition. It taught us not to over leverage ourselves in those situations. It taught us to keep an eye on the economic situation, the economic indicators that may lead to another similar situation. We learned from that. Now, again, we can't prevent another economic downturn. We can't stop that. But we learned how to better conduct ourselves and to better manage our situation if we were to end up in that situation again, right? We learned a lot to prepare us for an extraordinary life because hardships prepare people. All right. So if you're going through a hard time, whether it be in business or some other type situation, right? If you're going through it, learn from it. Okay. Just remember, it is a learning evolution. Learn from your situation. All right. Use it as a tool to improve your future. It may be those hard times. It may be hard at the time, but it's preparing you for your future because hardships prepare people. All right. With that, I want to hear from each and every one of you. I want to know what you think about your personal hardships. Have you been through some hardships that have prepared you for your extraordinary future? And I'll read the quote yet again, and it's by C.S. Lewis. And what C.S. Lewis said was, hardships often prepare ordinary people for an extraordinary destiny. Are you ready for your extraordinary destiny? Are you learning from whatever hardships? Have you learned from whatever hardships that you've been through? And that are you going to learn? Are you preparing yourself mentally to learn from those that you may go through in future? All right. So I want to hear from you. Let me know what you think. Again, you can reach me on Facebook at Eric Watson, on Instagram at Watson_ER, on Twitter at Watson_ER. Let me know what you think. I want to hear from you on your personal testimony when it comes to your hardships. All right. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and log off. I wish each and every one of you a blessed and prosperous day.
Thank you for joining me for today's Daily Dose. I hope you were able to get something out of it because, again, if I can touch but one, my job is done. Everyone have a blessed and prosperous day.